Yes. Now we'll take that another new concept in SQL. That is just a minute. I'll set this one camera. Right. Yes. Now we'll take that another new concept in SQL is views. Right. Listen this. Yes. In SQL, another concept is once again I'm repeating that V. Right. Uh, in last class, we have discussed about that SQL operators. Now today we're going to discuss view. Right. Yes. Views in SQL. Views in SQL are considered as a virtual table. A view also contains a row and columns. To create the view, we can select the fields from one or more tables present in the database. A view can either have specific rows based on the certain conditions or all the rows of the table. Right. Now I will explain this. Listen please. Right. So the views can be used to creating the duplicate table of the existing table. So that duplicate tables to create by using this views by specifying condition only you can select that information from original table into the view. Right. So just I will give that one example in which purpose we can use one small example. I will explain this. Now listen. Right. Suppose you have a table of employee with four fields. That is employee name, employee ID, employee salary, and employee age. Now you have created these four fields of the table and inserted something records. So that means suppose 101 to 110 some records you are inserted. But now you want to create the view of this table. But in that view, I want to get only the all the information of whose names, information of the employees whose name and ID only. The original table is having four, but now I want to create the view only with two fields of all the employees, which fields are names, ID, and name. Then that purpose we can use this view. Right. So how to create? So it's very simple. Already it is there in this one syntax. Now I'm zooming this. See here. Create view name as select column 1, column 2 from table name, and also you can specify the condition also. It's not compulsory the where is the condition, so this is the optional field. But now, so already we have discussed one example now. So now you are created a table having the four fields, but you want to create a view without the two fields. Then by using this syntax you can write like this: create view employee view as select employee name comma employee ID where employee is the name. Then immediately we'll get a one message: view is created. Right. So are you understanding? So that view what we have having in the original table, the two fields of that all the employees are inserted in the view, that we can that purpose we can use this type of views. Right. Yes. So I think you are understanding that. Okay. So that purpose only we can use this views. Right. So and when we can use this where condition means, right, now you want to display the info, you want to create a view from employee table. Employee table is four fields, some records are having one or one to one tab. But now I want to create a view of the two fields information, which IDs are 101 to only 15, means 105, by specifying the condition. At that situations we can use. So how you can write this one means create view, employee view as employee name, employee id from employee table where employee id between 101 and 105. Then you can create a view which is satisfied by that condition of the two fields only. Then you will get that the information in view is employee name and employee id two fields, and not the all the employees, only you have that 101 and 1 in between 101 and 105. That situations you can create the view, right? So I'll give another query of view. Now I want to create a view of all the employees whose of all the information about the employee whose id is only 118 or 108 something, right? Are you understanding that view? So now I want to create a view of an employee, only one employee whose id of all the information about that employee whose id is 108. That situations you can write create view, write some view name as as select star from employee where employee id is equal to 108. Immediately you will get a message view created. So if you are open that view, you will get that information about all the information about that 108 employee only. That purpose we can create these views. Indirectly, whatever the information you want to insert in new table, by using this by specifying the condition also, you can use this views. By using this you can get a little bit of security also, right? So that queries we have in this one, different types of queries also, right? Yes, right. Now see that you can delete the view also. Already you know that you want to delete that table, original table, then you can use the or any table, you can use the drop command. By using the same drop command also you can delete the views also. Simply write drop view and view, then the view which are created is deleted, means it is deleted permanently. The drop command can be used to delete the table, same like that the drop command can be also used to delete the views, right? Yes, in this views we have some advantages and disadvantages also, right? Yes, what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages? Now you can see advantages. View don't store data in a physical record, views, so it can not be used to store the physical records of the views. The view can be used to hide some of the columns from the table. Already you know that you are created a 4 but you want to create the 2, then we can use the means you are remaining 2 are hiding. So finally the views can be hide some columns of the or some data of the information from that views by using that views. Views can provide access restrictions since data insertion, update and deletion is not possible within the view, right? Now suppose you are created a view but it is not possible to insert new record or it is not possible to update the records. So if you are updated or inserted any in original, that will be reflected immediately in view, but in view we can't do. If you are do, that is not affected in the original table. So by using this views can access restrictions, you can maintain some restrictions. Insertion, the updation and deletion is not possible within the view. In view you can't do these 3 types of instructions, so you can maintain the original data securely. That is the reason I'm by using little bit of security you can maintain by using this views. That is excellent advantage is there. right? So and by using this we have some little bit of disadvantages also, right? So what are the disadvantages is when a table is dropped, associated view can be irrelevant. So if you are created a view of a one table, suppose you are deleted the table, that similar view can be also deleted. So if you are deleted the view, the original table is not deleted. So if you are deleted the original table, automatically the relevant the views which are created by the table is also deleted. So that is the disadvantage. Since the views are created when a query requesting data from view is triggered, it's a bit slow. So trigger, if you are creating a trigger with a view, that will be executed little bit of slow by comparing that original table triggers. And third, that means the third disadvantage of views is view, when views are created for large table, it occupies more memory. It is very very disadvantage. It means the views can take a lot of memory space. That is the disadvantage, right? So original table suppose is taken 200 KB. Suppose you are created the same of original table which a view, it takes nearly double of that space. So it takes, finally what I'm telling here is, it takes a lot of memory space compared to original. These are some disadvantages of the views, right? So are you understanding, right? So these are some advantages as well as disadvantages of the views. Okay, so once again I will repeat that the views stores don't it does not stores a physical location. That is advantage. We can hide some columns, means you can maintain some little bit of security. View can be used to provide access restrictions also. So that means it is not possible to insert, update and delete the records in the view. So and disadvantages, right? So the disadvantages of the views are when a table is dropped, the original table is dropped, automatically the view can be also irrelevant, means it is also not works. Since the query is if you are creating a trigger view, it will execute a little bit of slow compared to uh, uh, trigger having the original table. And views, when a view is created for a large tables, means suppose you have the lot of information in the view, your original table you want to create it, that if you are created the view for the table, it takes a lot of memory space, means it occupies the more space. This is some advantages and disadvantages of view. Okay, right? So once again I will repeat that definition of view also, right? So are you understanding? Views considered a virtual table. It's nothing but a virtual table, and whatever the transactions you can do in the view, that is not affected with original table. So that we can use this views, right? So it means by using this you can hide some columns, right? And one more thing I want to tell about that views. You can, suppose you have created a two table somehow, you want to create a view of selected the columns from the two different tables also is possible. Means you can select the some information in some columns in one, or some information in one table, and you can select some information in another table also possible by using this views. That is excellent advantage is there in views. So not only create the view of one table, you can create the view of more than one table also. That is, that advantage is there in view, right? So this is the syntax of view, right? So already I was explained that, and some example and advantages also. Okay, right. In next class I will continue this sum. Thank you, thank you, listen the this class.